Hey, what's going on guys? My name is Chris, YouTube channel, and welcome to another video. Now this one's from Dollywood. Now we already reported on this news, and that is the fact that Mountain Sidewinder has been retired, which is the bobsled ride. The entrance area has been fenced off. So there's been a lot of speculation about what the future of that area is going to be. So I sort of wanted to devise a bit of a prediction video myself. Of course, there's a bit of news about the potential next roller coaster series, which I'll mention in the April promo, which is coming up in a few days' time, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I wanted to do this video because a couple of things have come up about the future of the site, and a few things have come up about Wildwood Grove as well and the potential they could have. And it's just speculation at the minute, it's just a rumour. So I'm going to get on about, first of all, Mountain Sidewinder. So we reported in the previous video, it must have been like a few days ago now, the Mountain Sidewinder has officially been retired by Dollywood. Dollywood, of course, is a theme park run by, owned and run by Dolly Parton over in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And they've got some brilliant coasters: Wild Eagle, a B&M wing coaster. They've got Lightning Rod and RMC, Rocky Mountain Construction for the non-technical people. And Mountain Sidewinder is a classic ride. I've seen so many comments of people saying, I took my niece on there, I took my friends on there, it was such a great ride, had loads of memories on it. And thank you all for sharing your memories. Continue to share your memories of Mountain Sidewinder in the comments down below. As you can see, same location as the previous video from Halloween Horror Nights. But this video is all about the future of the site, because there's been a lot of talk on forums, there's been a lot of talk on news updates and stuff like that about the future of the site in the next few years. Of course, I don't think they've got any current plans for the site, but of course they are pretty much scheduling the track removal. And I've looked at the image of Mountain Sidewinder and I sort of thought, what could be on that site? And I've been seeing a few things. I'm going to talk about two main coaster-related rumours for that site. Now, the first one is a complete dream. It's never ever going to happen on this site, but there's been talk of a Bolger and Mabillard hypercoaster. Now, like I said, it's just a dream plan. That is not going to happen in my opinion. I think a B&M Hyper is completely out of the question for Dollywood, especially on that site, but I think in general, I think the Hyper is completely out of the question for Dollywood. But I see what people meant about a B&M Hyper with the hillside that Mountain Sidewinder sat on, possibly being used for a hypercoaster type layout. So then thinking about it, what else could you use that hillside thing on? And that's the main bulk that I wanted to talk about, as well as the possibility of Wildwood Grove Phase 2, which I'll talk about in a bit. But the main bulk of this video is a second rumour, which people have been talking about more than the Hyper, and it's the Mack launch coaster, the multi-launch, or just one launch, either one. And I sort of thought about it, and I thought that would really work. If you clear the Mountain Sidewinder track, you've got a full clear site to work with, and the sort of terrain you can do on that, the theming you can do on that. There's true potential with Mack rides on this launch coaster project, if it comes true. Now, like I said, it's just speculation. It's just what I think should happen to the site. It's what other people thought should happen to the site. So it's not confirmed in any way possible before anyone starts on that bandwagon. But a Mack multi-launch in the next few years would be perfect for Dollywood, especially on that site. You think of Mountain Sidewinder and how the track sort of twists and turns around the hillside and around the tree line, and sort of down the bottom of the site. You think what could happen if you put a Mack multi-launch on that hillside, working with the terrain, working with the natural surrounding of the surrounding area. Not just the tree line, but the old Mountain Sidewinder layout. You know, you can work with that whole terrain section of the area, as well as the tree line around it. So there's plenty of potential with a Mack multi-launch. I don't think it's good. I think if they were to do a Mack multi-launch, it won't be primarily based on inversions. I think it's more to do with speed, air time, amount of G-force that you get on some of those hills. I mean, some of those hills you're probably going to get launched over. Now, in terms of a layout, there's many things you can include on this. I mean, you're looking at something like maybe an an inclined launch as one of the launches, perhaps like Helix at Leesburg. You look at those of you who don't know what Helix is, it's a map multi-launch that opened at Leesburg in 2014, codenamed Project Helix. but of course named Helix in general. One of the best coasters in Europe, in my opinion, so can't wait to go out to Lisbon in the next few years and try that out, hopefully. Try and book a multi-trip to Sweden at some point. But those of you who do know Helix, you remember, and if you haven't, go look at some pictures, you'll know that one of the launches, one of the main launches is sort of, you know, on a hillside. It's like on an incline, so something like that for Dollywood would be absolutely brilliant. And you sort of look at the different elements. If you looked at a second launch, perhaps, if that was supposed to be the first launch, or maybe if it's the second launch, what would the other launch be if it's a multi-launch? And if you're going to do something that isn't on a hillside or on some kind of terrain, then you could be looking at something like one of those airtime hill launches that's on Copperhead Strike, which recently opened at Carowinds. So if you've been at Copperhead Strike's opening day, make sure you send us a review in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your reviews of Copperhead Strike. I've seen some other people's reviews on Instagram, and Copperhead Strike apparently is a massive hit for Carowinds, so congratulations to everyone at Carowinds. But you look at Copperhead Strike and you look at how they've got that airtime hill launch, where the launch is actually on the airtime hill. Something like that would be brilliant for this Dollywood coaster. So there's different elements you can use. You can use a vertical loop, perhaps. You could use zero-G rolls, you can use a heartline roll, you can use different overbanks. You can really test the limits of the MAC layout and the potential it's got. So I'm really excited to see what happens with this project. Now, I talked about a Wildwood Grove Phase 2 that was apparently in talks. Now, again, this is just speculation, nothing confirmed at all. But there's been talk of a Phase 2 for Wildwood Grove. Now, of course, those of you who do know about Wildwood Grove, it's in this area behind Thunderhead, but it's not using the whole area. There's a section of area sort of in the helix of Thunderhead, I believe, that hasn't been used. So maybe, and there's been talk that could be a possible Phase 2, and the map multi-launch could possibly go as part of a Phase 2 in Wildwood Grove. So either on the Mountain Sidewinder site or the Wildwood Grove Phase 2 site behind the original area. So either way, a map multi-launch looks, you know, possible in the next few years at Dollywood from the rumours and speculation we've been hearing about either site being used for a map launch. So the future is very exciting for Dollywood, but I doubt a map launch because of, basically, if you don't know already, they decided to end the multi-million dollar investment over the next 10 years early. So Wildwood Grove will be the last year. So I don't think we'd expect something, you know, within the next even 2 years. I'd probably expect this coaster as possibly a 2022 or a 2023 coaster. I don't think we're expecting anything big for at least the next couple of years. So, and I think with Lightning Rod being a launch coaster, it's hard to see another launch coaster going in, because Lightning Rod was a bit of a, in my opinion, Lightning Rod was a bit of a flop with how much breakdown it had, how much downtime it had over the years. Obviously, it seems fine at the minute, but in the first sort of year of operation, it sort of had its downtime, and it kept opening and closing and opening and closing. So Lightning Rod was a bit of a mixed ride, in my opinion, in terms of maintenance. But again, these things are costly, and like I said, the end of the multi-million dollar investment with Wildwood Grove is its last year, the end of the 10-year multi-million dollar investment plan, earlier than expected. So, and you know, map launch coasters can cost between, it could be as low as $15 million, or it could be as high as $25 million, depending on how much terrain you're working with, because it all comes with the track cost, the support cost, the footers cost, the station, etc. The theming, if you want some theming around, and of course you've got to work with the terrain, and of course if you've got to dig deeper, that takes money out. You look at Oblivion at Alton Towers, they spent 50% of the budget on Oblivion digging a massive hole for the vertical drops. So, you know, there's a lot of money going into the terrain rather than just the coaster and the station area and everything else itself. So I wouldn't expect this coaster for a good few years yet, 2023 or 2022 at the very least. But the future seems very exciting for Dollywood. So that's all I have to say then on this video from Dollywood. Like I said, I'm very excited to see what happens if there is a Phase 2 to Wildwood Grove, or the Mountain Sidewinder site is going to get used. Either one, very, very exciting. So thank you very much for watching this video from Dollywood. That is the end of your double upload from today from Halloween Horror Nights and Dollywood. Like I said, I thought I'd use the location to celebrate 200 episodes of Theme Park Newsroom. Well, 201 now. So thank you very much for watching this YouTube video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss a YouTube video. My name is Coach on YouTube channel, keep living the Coach Happy Dudes. I will see you guys tomorrow where I'll be back inside the theme park universe, aka my bedroom. And I'll see you guys in the next video soon. Take care. Have an awesome day, my friends.